CSEC and CAPE.
Hi everyone and welcome. We are now in week 3 of our August series, Hope in the Unseen, Faith and Strategy. Over the past 2 weeks, we have been exploring what it means to believe in what we cannot yet see and to keep our eyes fixed beyond temporary circumstances. This week, I want us to talk about vision. Proverbs 29:18 is a verse many of us have heard before. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Different translations express this verse in slightly different ways. But as it is at the heart of the message, the importance that I want us to take away is that of divine revelation and guidance. And that distinction matters because biblical vision is more than ambition. It is more than having a 5-year plan, setting goals, creating a vision board, or deciding what position we want to hold next. For the person of faith, vision begins with a deeper question. God, what are you calling me to build with this life, with the gifts you have given me, the opportunities, and the influence you have entrusted to me? Today, that question feels particularly relevant. Many young people and their families receive their CSEC examination results today. For some, there will be celebration. For others, disappointment. For many, perhaps a mixture of both feelings. There will be young people looking at the results and wondering what those grades mean for their future. There will be parents wondering what comes next. And perhaps there will be someone who looks at the results and think, this isn't what I hoped for. If that is you, or if you are supporting a young person through that experience, I want you to remember something. A result can give you information about one moment in your journey. It does not have the authority to define the entirety of your future. Your path may need to change. Your strategy may need to change. You may need another attempt, another route, another qualification, another opportunity. But a change in route does not necessarily mean a cancellation of purpose. I know this because life has taught me that careers rarely unfold in perfectly straight lines. There are detours, there are disappointments, there are closed doors, there are seasons when the vision we once had for ourselves no longer fits the person we are becoming. And sometimes what feels like disruption becomes an invitation to see our lives differently. This is where vision becomes important. Strategy answers questions such as, what do I need to do? What resources do I need to have? What is my next step? But vision asks, why am I doing this in the first place? Without the deeper sense of purpose, it is possible to spend years climbing professionally only to discover that we have been climbing towards something that never truly mattered to us. We can achieve the title, earn the qualification, receive the promotion, the increase in salary, and the reputation, and still feel disconnected from purpose. That is why I believe our professional vision must be more than a list of achievements. It should also ask, Who am I becoming? Who benefits from the work that I am doing? What values am I unwilling to compromise to get where I want to go? What problem am I uniquely equipped to help solve? What kind of impact do I want my work to have on people? And perhaps most importantly, does the future I am pursuing align with the purpose God is calling me to do, or the person God is calling me to become? There is another part of vision that we do not talk about enough. Vision must have an element of ethics. Not everything we are capable of achieving is necessarily something we should pursue. Not every opportunity is our opportunity. Not every promotion is worth the price it may require us to pay. And not every definition of success deserves to become our success. If reaching our destination requires us to compromise our integrity, diminish other people, neglect what matters most, or become someone we no longer recognize, perhaps we need to revisit the vision. Purpose-driven leadership asks not only, can I get there? It also asks, who will I become on the way there? This brings me back to our August theme, Hope in the Unseen. Vision, by its very nature, requires us to see beyond our present circumstances. Before something exists in reality, someone often has to believe that it is possible. That is where faith and vision meet. Faith says, I trust God even though I cannot see the entire journey. Vision says, because I trust God, I will live intentionally toward what I believe He is calling me to build. And strategy says, here is the next faithful step I can take today. We do not need to know every detail of the future before we begin to walk towards it. Sometimes God gives us enough light for the next step, not the entire journey. And perhaps that is all we need. So today, I want to speak directly to the young person who received their CSEC results. Celebrate what went well. Be honest about what did not. Learn from it. Seek wise counsel. Adjust your strategy where necessary. But please, do not reduce your entire future to the results you received today. There is still more to your story. And to the parents, guardians, teachers, or mentors supporting these young persons, your response matters. They need guidance. They need your love. Yes, they may need accountability, but they also need hope. Help them interpret the result without allowing the result to become their identity. Help them to see possibilities when disappointment makes their vision narrow. Sometimes, one of the greatest gifts we can give another person is the ability to see beyond the moment they are standing in. And perhaps some of us who left school many years ago need that same reminder too. Maybe the result you were wrestling with isn't an examination grade. Maybe it's a career that has not unfolded as you expected. A promotion that didn't come, a business that isn't moving in the direction you wanted to go as quickly as you wanted to go, a qualification you have been postponing, a professional transition you are afraid to make, or maybe it's a season in which you simply cannot see what comes next. Do not confuse your current reality with your final destination. Return to the vision. Pray about it. Examine it. Refine it. And if necessary, have the courage to change it. Take that step. Just one step. And tomorrow, take another. This week, I invite you to sit with this question. What is the one intentional step I can take this week towards the future I believe God is calling me to build? Because vision is not merely about seeing where you want to go. It is about having enough clarity of purpose to know where the journey is worth taking. Thank you for joining me for another Speaking Life devotional. Remember, don't allow today's reality to limit your vision for tomorrow. Seek God's direction. Be clear about what matters. Take the next faithful step and continue speaking life, hope, and transformation to people and workplaces. I am Genevieve Melanie Julian, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.